Today is February the 14th, 2014. I just received this picture in my email and I went to Facebook. And this is the picture that I saw. And while there may be criticism concerning Jacqueline and Kendrick Johnson's father, Kenneth, and about this picture that they say was manipulated by or at the funeral home, I'm not an expert. But just consider everything that we hear, the negativity about this particular case. I think the person who made the statement about this picture being manipulated by the family versus this picture that the G.B.R. took, according to what they said during the autopsy, the question should be, why was the mother, the grandfather, and the father denied the right to ID their body, their son's body, at the school? Then if they had been given the right to see their loved one's remains, then this would have been clarified. This would not have been an issue. They could have told everybody, the entire world, that we saw the condition of our son before he was sent to the crime lab, or had the autopsy performed, or before he went to the funeral home. These are the facts of reality. So regardless of all the criticism and condemnation we hear, what about that? What about the questions that have arisen about possible tampering of videos? What about the coroner? What if nobody had ever produced this picture for the family to even display to the general public? And so we must understand that all we want and ever wanted, and the family wanted, was justice in the death of this 17-year-old black male individual. And he's not alone. Wait a minute. He's not alone. Jordan Davis in Jacksonville, and many other blacks that are dying. This is not an isolated case. What about the 31 jail deaths? What about Earl Evans that was murdered in Quitman and burned up in a police car and he was a police officer? What about Ed Denson and the Wootons that were drowned in a pond and no justice have been received? What about the many other deaths that we have record of that are posted on kvci.blogspot.com? What about the Quitman 10 that for over 3 years have not gone to trial, and that court has not been resolved yet, those cases? And what about the mistrial of Lula Smart? And so let us be real today. Let us be real concerning black African American men in particular. We can criticize, but all we're doing is getting to the facts. This is not, I repeat, this is not an isolated case. South Georgia has a long history of this. So this is not isolated. It is not as if though this is the only black man that have died or killed or murdered and nothing has been done. No full investigation. Does not the parent, the mother Jacqueline and father Kenneth, have a right to find out what happened to their son? When will it all end? What's the difference between that picture in truth and that picture? I think this picture looked worse than the other one, to tell you the truth about it. So all this stuff on Facebook, why don't they just do what is right? Not only in the death of KJ, but across this nation. And while the Justice Department sit there and do nothing. Not just this case, many others. Once again, I'm George Boston Rhymes. This is the Ghetto Free Press. I'm out of the area right now, but when I got this on Facebook, thank you for sending this and posting it on Facebook. We must understand that Jesus is still correct in St. John 8:32, and that is that ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall set and make you free. Jacqueline and Kenneth, you are our hero and Shiro, keep doing what you're doing. We love you for it because there are a lot of other parents, the same thing, let me repeat, the same thing happened to their children, but they didn't have the courage. They didn't have the attorneys, and they didn't have the ghetto free press to report their story. But this one is in your eyes. And if I created this myself, well, then I'm a little Jesus beside Jesus. But I didn't do it. God's word must be fulfilled. February 14, 2014. The Ghetto Free Press. The voice of the people. Bye-bye. We go.